Hello friends, welcome to my channel Game of Trades. Today is 15th of May 2018 and I will be talking about Nifty 50 and some of the stocks. First, see the disclaimer. Whatever information you are viewing through this YouTube channel is only for educational purpose, and any trade that you wish to take upon based on any suggestions made here is entirely your responsibility, and I can't be held legally liable for your profit or loss. Now Nifty 50. So we have been discussing this and we told that there is a possibility that this will make another high higher than this high. So this has been moving nicely up. Now this is the time that we were expecting a downfall. These three black crows did not confirm. It went up and this is going up, and what we are looking for is another high to be made. Label which I told is around 18,880, and if that extends further, then the high of this candle, that is around 10,935.40, is where this should stop. If things goes in line with this analysis, and after touching that, let's say that it does not extend further than 10,940, and after that maybe it will go a bit in sideways, and once it falls down from this trend line which has been made after joining these bottoms, once we say that it has been falling, a possibility of this fall touching around 10,730 would be higher. So that is the current possibility. Today is an eventful day. I think, I'm not sure, but the results will be out. Total counting would be done and results will be out in the afternoon, maybe around 12 o'clock or 11, 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon today. So that's where, but I'm not sure about it. So we will see high volatility in first few hours of trading, and that's where this spike might come. I don't know how media will play it. Today also, before making this video, I have not seen that what is the current count that they are predicting. Whatever they are saying is just a made up, so we'll wait for the real result to come. A possibility of these levels that I had discussed in the intraday is where we can see Nifty going, and also today is eventful day in terms of Indian politics, yes, but today is also, according to Hindu calendar, one important day. Today is Amavasya, so there won't be a moon tonight, and this is, I think, Krishna Paksh Amavasya, so there are two things regarding that. Also today is Sunny Jayanti, a god who does justice. Then from tomorrow there will be start of 13th month of the year. So I think that this will be surprising for most of you, that normally what we know is there are only 12 months in a year, but after every 3 year in Hindu calendar there is addition of another month, and that month in different parts of India it is called by different names. So probably in north it is called Malmas, in Gujarat Kutch region this is called uh, as Adhik Mas. So different parts of India calls it by different name. Maybe in South India definitely different wordings would be used. Now, what is this 13th month all about? So, we our month is based on lunar uh, lunar movement. That is, once moon completes its one rotation, then we say that 1 month has completed. Now, once doing so, once we go ahead with lunar month at the end of the year, so when month ends, when the 12th month end, as per this rotation of moon about so this revolution of moon around earth, then uh, it falls short of around 10 plus days, some 10 plus days each year, when we compare it with the solar year. So we have 12 horoscopes. For each, sun moves from one horoscope to another, and it takes certain period of time. So that is how solar calendar is calculated. So let's say that it remains in Aries for some days, and when once it moves from Aries to the next horoscope, that's where we say that the solar month has changed. So once once sun moves from one horoscope to another, and in when it goes to Pisces, that is mean Rasi, the last of our horoscopes, and once it moves from mean to again Mace, then in that case we say that solar year has completed. Now, this solar year is ahead of lunar year by 10 plus days, and to to adjust that, we add some days every year in the lunar calendar, and in third year this becomes full month, so we add 1 month itself in the lunar calendar after each third year. So that is Adhik Mas, one more month. Um, and there are very different stories that how this month was added and what is the significance of that. It is also called Purushottam Mas because this is related to Lord Vishnu. So there are a lot of things in that. So what I want to say you here is that time, according to our planetary movements, are changing. We are going into Adhik Mas or Purushottam Mas. This is also a very significant change. From tomorrow, next month, that is 13th month, will start as per Hindu calendar. And if and also today is Amavasya. In fact, the lunar calendar is based such that uh, next day of Amavasya is the start of new month, and this is Asad. So this is Asad's last day is today. So today is eventful day as per politics. Today is eventful day as per Hindu calendar, as per our planetary movements. So, so expect high volatility, expect something significant to happen. Uh, Time will tell that how we go, but as per current analysis, if at all we are going higher, then a top should be made at around 10,940. That should be the highest. We should not extend further. We have to see that from what labels we come down. That is what we have to watch. Probably result will be out during midday, so that's where we have to check this trend line, which has been joining the bottom of all these of this candles, is where we have to look for a breakdown. If it is going up, simply go long, that's fine. But then the labels that I had discussed at around 10,880, that's or if you want to be very safe, then around 10,850 60 labels is what you should be looking for your squaring of your position. But then it can extend, there will be volatility, and then after that, at most, if it does not go If it extends, then 10,940 is max, and then from there we should be expecting that we should be seeing that how price is moving above this trend line, if it is broken or not. So that's where we should be eyeing for today's intraday movement in Nifty. And there are other stocks that I have been looking for. So Voltas gave a good move yesterday and I had shorted it. So guys, this is where, so once you get a good move, so I have analyzed Voltas regularly from my past days in my videos, and whenever it shows weakness I simply short it. So here it was facing resistance as 100-day EMA. It could not go up, and I shorted it, and this was the 20 points that one could have got. So you see that this is constantly coming down and down. These red candles, these green candles have also been formed, and once that is the case, that it is going higher, you simply don't touch it. But if it is showing weakness from the start, that's where it goes interesting. It is in line with the current trend, that today it is going in the trend, that is following the trend, that is not a counter trend day, and that's where you enter it. So Volta yesterday it gave a nice move, and if you see, what I have been looking also is ICICI Bank, but I'm waiting in ICICI Bank to give me a signal. If you see this, there is a gap that is on the upper side. We have touched this line. This is also a significant resistance line. If you see here, the top was made and it could not cross above that. Here also it has spent some quite time, and then we see that here also we had this line as significant. Price movement has been moving in and around that line. Now there is a gap also. So what we have to see is if this gap is filled, or this gap acts as a resistance, and if this trend line is broken down, then first target for ICICI Bank would be this gap filling, which will be around 293. So currently this is trading at 310. We will see that intraday movement. We know that it will be volatile today, how it is going, whether on the above side or on the downside. And if this is coming down, if it's showing weakness, so this past 5 days it has been simply hanging here, and that's where so if we go to weekly chart, let's see what happens. So on weekly chart we see that also, if you see these trend lines, so we have a channel formation here, and in this channel we see that it has been shooted down, it went down, and then finally with a quick succession it went up. It was overshooted here, and then it came down, then again it was overshooted. We see that again this is undershooted now, and this is where this resistance line is, where I'm expecting a weakness would be coming. If it does come, then I will short it. So don't be in haste that you are expecting something, so today you should be shorting it. No, first let wait for the signal. From past 5 days it has been simply hanging around. We will see for how many days still it hangs around. If uh, it is showing weakness, that's where we should be entering into it. So trading is a profession of patience. Always be mindful, always be watchful, always remember that. So once it shows weakness, then we know that what are our targets. But first we will see that what it does. If it chooses to fill the gap above, or it chooses to fill the gap down, probably uh, this resistance line should not be crossed, or if it is crossed, then possibly we will see that a long leg doji formation might happen, and by that it can fill the gap. So that's what can happen, but let's not assume things. We will see how price action plays out during intraday. This is an eventful day, both in terms of politics and Hindu calendar. So something significant would be coming, and we will wait for that. Once we get a signal, then we will enter it. Now, Axis Bank is another bank where I'm looking for short-term opportunity. If you see this range that I have made, these two horizontal trend lines, there has been significant price action happening in and around that. So, if you see, this is where it has been moving for such some quite time. It was broken here, and now this has come inside that in a very small uh, this converging lines. Now if we see a breakdown happening from this, then we will see that this will be coming down a lot, so around 530 levels, that is around 20 points down we can expect in Axis Bank coming down. But don't short it unless we see a weakness here. So we will be watching Axis Bank, we will be watching ICICI Bank, we will be watching Nifty. Once it shows weakness, then we will be shorting it. Now if you see ICICI Bank weekly chart, you will find that this is the double top formation that had happened, and which has brought ICICI Bank again into a downtrend. And this is where we have to be we have to see that I expect that this will be coming down at least at around 225 levels. So that will be downfall a lot, but then this will not fall in a straight line. You see that this will how this has been moving in waves. So this went up, this went down, again went up, again down. So this will happen in steps. So if we are looking for shorting ICICI Bank, then we have to careful that this strong up move will also come. If you just see, so for 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 week it has been moving upwards. So these are the times that we have to be careful, and if you want to do a counter trend trade, then we can take it, but then you should be aware how to do that. It will not fall in a straight line. This was 100-week EMA support, and that's where we saw that for around 7-8 weeks this was just hanging around in that, and then it overshooted. So this is where we have to be a bit careful also, and I believe that once we see weakness again, then we will see a steep fall happening here at around 10 at around 290-85 levels would be is what we would be expecting in ICICI Bank, maybe in a week or two. So this was Axis Bank for you. Coal India has been doing very nicely. It has been moving down, and we had been booking profits here. Currently this is just hanging around, so it makes sense that one can book profit. Now Oro Pharma is another where we had made some good money by shorting it. It also formed a double top, and after that it has fallen a lot. So one can expect similar kind of fall in ICICI Bank. So currently we are somewhere here in ICICI Bank. We went down and then we are up, and probably we will see a fall happening similarly if you compare the charts. So this is the double top formation, and then we will see similar kind of move happening in Oro Pharma. Again in Oro Pharma, once we see a weakness, that's where we would be selling it. So we started to analyze this from once we fell from this level, and we told that it will be going up, but not like simply in a straight line. It will be moving up also. Sometimes some pullback will come, and this is where this green candle formation has happened. Now again, if we are going up, and let's say that we reach it around 630 levels, then that's where we should be looking for weakness in our pharma, and we can short it again. We have been analyzing Wipro also a lot, and we had made certain very good profits. We were able to catch the movement in this red candle, and then we are seeing that this is also hanging around in price. Now expect that this 50-day retracement level, Fibonacci retracement level, is where price action is currently trading. So we are trading below it. Now any day we might see that it may fall down to at around 262 levels. That's where 61% retracement level is. So now we will be again patient here, and we'll see for weakness in Wipro. Now this is simply moving in a small range, and we know that this is eventful time, so we'll expect that maybe in a day or two we should be it should be giving us signals. All those stocks that I have discussed, and there are others which we should be seeing at, we should be looking for the signals either um up or down in a day or two, and once we get that, then we should start trading. One way to do is to simply short the call of Wipro, let's say ICICI Bank, uh, but that should be OTM, out of money call. So but we will watch first for today and tomorrow how these price actions are moving. You know, for this for catering to this range bound, this just hanging in price movement, shorting call is also better, but then that should be out of money, because any movement should not impact highly to uh, your calls which you have written. So that's it, guys. If you have any further queries, you can write in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.